KBRFradio.com News, I'm News Director Derek Sidian, and this is the weekly news recap, brought to you by Fergus Falls Monument, online at FraverstonMemorials.com, memorials that matter. A motorcyclist was killed in a crash on Randolph Avenue in Fergus Falls last weekend. The Fergus Falls Police Department says officers were called to a motorcycle accident in the 1000 block of Randolph Avenue at around 6:55 Sunday morning. A passing driver reported they saw a motorcycle on its side in the grass on the south side of the road. They stopped and found a male unresponsive near a tree. Once officers arrived, they determined the 26-year-old male, later identified as Zachariah Lieb, was deceased. At this time, police say the incident appears to be a single-vehicle, single-victim accident. An investigation is ongoing to determine the cause of the crash. Two teens faced life-threatening injuries following a two-vehicle collision west of Wadena last Saturday night. State troopers say that at around 5:15, a pickup was heading north on Highway 29 towards Wadena. A compact car turned south onto Highway 29 from 610th Avenue, colliding with the pickup. The driver of the car, 18-year-old Tanner Schulke of Verdale, and his passenger, 17-year-old Jaden Woida of Brandon, were both transported to Sanford Hospital in Fargo for treatment of life-threatening injuries. The occupants of the pickup were not hurt. Troopers say Schulke was not wearing a seatbelt at the time of the crash. Alcohol is not a suspected factor in the incident. A 15-year-old boy from Fergus Falls was hospitalized after being hit by a truck in Meeker County Saturday afternoon. State troopers say the pickup was heading west on Highway 12 on the edge of Litchfield at around 3:37 when it collided with 15-year-old Isaiah Harbor at County Road 34. Harbor was transported to Meeker Memorial Hospital for treatment of non-life-threatening injuries. The driver of the pickup was not hurt. The Grant County Sheriff's Office has announced that an Elbow Lake man has been formally charged following his arrest on probable cause first and second degree criminal sexual conduct. Deputies and investigators with the Sheriff's Office arrested 37-year-old Justin Mitchell Wilson shortly before 4 o'clock Wednesday afternoon at his home in Elbow Lake. Investigators also searched the home for evidence related to the investigation. Wilson has been booked into the Wilkin County Jail. A Fergus Falls woman is in custody for stealing a pickup truck and selling it to bail her boyfriend out of jail. 35-year-old Jennifer Marie Vold has been charged with theft and forgery in connection with a vehicle theft. Court documents say the victim reported their 2019 Ford Raptor as stolen in late April and indicated that Vold was likely the suspect. Prosecutors say the victim let Vold borrow the vehicle one night to run errands and she returned it. The next day, the vehicle, the title to the vehicle, and Vold were gone. While investigating, officials discovered that the vehicle was traded in to a local dealership. Investigators learned from the dealership that Vold had traded the Raptor for an F-150 and a $10,000 check. A day after the check from the dealership was issued, Vold's boyfriend Michael Johnson posted bail in Mille Lacs County. The victim had previously told police that Vold mentioned needing money to bail Johnson out of jail before the pickup disappeared. On Tuesday, June 16th, Vold and Johnson returned to the dealership, where law enforcement made contact with them and placed Vold under arrest. Vold made her first court appearance Thursday morning. She has been charged with receiving stolen property, theft and theft by swindle, and aggravated forgery. A North Dakota man is in custody after breaking into a home in Purim. 44-year-old Jonathan Lee Allard of Mandan, North Dakota, was arrested Tuesday night after a homeowner in Purim reported that someone had broken into their house. Prosecutors say the victim was sitting in his living room watching soccer on TV when the front door blew open and Allard came inside. Allard reportedly grabbed the victim's shoulder and was pushed away. The victim said Allard kept pushing and forcing his way deeper into the living room after being told to leave. Eventually, the homeowner was able to force Allard out of the house. As Purim police arrived at the scene, one officer saw Allard walking away from the home. They had dealt with him a few hours prior as he had been intoxicated and harassing patrons at McDonald's. Allard was taken into custody and made his first court appearance Thursday morning. He has been charged with first-degree burglary and a variety of misdemeanors. The Phelps Mill Festival, one of the region's beloved art celebrations, returns to Phelps Mill County Park on Saturday, July 11th and Sunday, July 12th. Festival hours are 9:30 to 5 Saturday and 9:30 to 4 on Sunday. The festival features more than 100 artist booths showcasing work from artists across the region. This year's centerpiece is the second annual Phelps Mills Sing-Off, a solo artist vocal competition with a $1,000 grand prize. Solo performers from across the region will compete head-to-head for the top prize. Singers who want to compete can find details and apply at phelpsmillfestival.com. The entry deadline is Saturday, June 20th. The Minnesota Farmers Union will be holding a Northwest Minnesota legislative session recap in Fergus Falls next week. Farmers Union Government Relations Director Stu Laurie will be at the Fergus Falls Public Library Community Room from noon to 1 on Tuesday to provide an update on what Farmers Union is advocating for in St. Paul and Washington, D.C. Farmers Union Membership Outreach Coordinator for Ottertail County, Brittany Johnson, says that one of the issues that got her involved was the large shortage of veterinary help in the state.
And we actually saw some really great legislation pass this year. Senator Rob Kupek had a bill to sort of expand the scope of work for licensed veterinary technicians. And now licensed veterinary technicians are able to assist with emergencies if a veterinarian is not available. So that was a big win for us.
In addition to the legislative recap on June 23rd, Farmers Union is also hosting its Ottertail County Convention on July 31st at the Shoreline Restaurant in Battle Lake for those looking to get involved. For KBRFradio.com News, I'm Derek Sidian. Tune in at 5 o'clock every Friday afternoon on KBRFradio.com or the Fergus Now app to stay up to date with local news. Find more stories on KBRFradio.com. Sign up for email news sent right to your inbox, delivered by Cooper's Office Supply.